Cam here, your own personal fitness trainer. So, we need to get back to a subject that I discussed a while ago. And it was about the triggers that help sabotage your weight loss efforts and the things that you might not be aware of. So, just to go over it, the first one we went over was the behavioral trigger. And you need to play that video to know what that one was all about. And now this one is, we're going over, is a substance trigger. So here's again what a trigger is, whether it be substance, behavioral, situational, or circumstantial, is a trigger, again, is any person, place, thing, or situation, or food that has a tendency to cause one to overeat. And we've all done it at one time or another. I think the key is, though, as I said in the other video, is awareness. So, here's what the substance trigger is. And I'm looking on my notes, my paper here, what they said. And so they're saying here, do certain foods that you eat give you a feeling of euphoria? And do you have a certain food in which you indulge when you feel sorry for yourself? And are there certain foods that you like to eat when you're alone? And the other thing is, are there certain foods that once you start eating them, it's almost impossible to stop? Now, I know many years ago, a long time ago, before I was into working out, my very early 20s, I did that. It was donuts and sweets, but more donuts. It was like donuts was my thing. And I did that when I felt emotional about something or down about something. I would overindulge in donuts, and I mean overindulge. Like eat 6 of them before I went to bed. All right, it's not good. But anyway, later on I did become aware of it, that's what I was doing. So we've all done it at one time or another. The key is awareness. So, back to this article on the foods. And then, so on this article, what they're saying is that it's comfort food, okay? And so it's, you run to your comfort food when you have something emotional going on, and it's in order to seek comfort, temporary comfort. But what they say here is you really aren't comforting yourself. You think you are, but you're not. You're actually making it worse. And I know that's true, because I remember when I did that way back. And because it says, first of all, food's not capable of rendering comfort. In fact, you feel less comforted after you've done it because you don't feel very good that you did it. You know, you don't feel very good in your stomach. And then you feel like fat because you ate tons of calories, like overboard, over the top. So then it affects you in your head because you know you just did something that wasn't good for yourself. So, so what they're saying here is, what you really need to do when you're feeling that way is, that food wouldn't have helped you, but it might have helped you if you talked to a loved one. These are some things they're saying. Or if you received a hug from someone, or that you needed to write it in your journal. Journal how you were feeling. Or maybe you just needed to go straight to bed. Okay, something to think on. Okay, but it said, instead, what you did to directly meet your needs is you went and you ate your substance trigger. And it was unconscious presumption that this food was going to fix your emotional pain. But it doesn't. It just makes it worse. And then you felt worse from overindulging. You felt fat, this is what they say. And once again, You deviated from your goal to take better care of yourself. And worse yet, you are reinforcing unhealthy, unwanted behavioral pattern in your life. So how do we break this cycle? First of all, you have to realize you're doing it, and then you have to put a plan into action. You have to have a plan. So you recognize you did it, then you come up with a plan. And everybody's plan might be different. I'll give you some ideas. So, but what you want to do is you want to recapture control of your life. You don't want that food to control you, because that's what it's doing. And it says here that most people who struggle with weight don't even know or aren't even aware of their substance triggers. And they go through life confused as to why they can't get control over the food. So it's time to take control, because you can do it. And that way you can have the freedom to start eating healthier. Okay? Because the exercise will help burn some of normal calories off. So I'm going to make a suggestion on this, and everybody's thing is different, but some ways are, after you recognize that you have to put a plan into action. So one of them could be, if you have a food you can't control, don't have it at all. And I did that long ago. Now, you know, I don't have that issue or that challenge. So if I don't eat a lot of donuts, but if I wanted to eat one, I can just eat one. Typically I don't eat donuts, because once in a blue moon I do. It's like a treat. You know, because it's just all the crap, chemical crap in there. Why I typically don't eat them. But once in a blue moon, once in a while. But anyway, years ago, I didn't eat donuts for years and years, because I just had a thing for donuts and I couldn't control it. So I knew that was like a trigger. So I guess what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what the food is. Let's say you eat a sub, and you can't eat like just a little sub. You have to eat like a huge sub. You know, it's like once you start eat, or let's say pancakes, you can't eat 2, 3. You have to eat 6, 7. That's the food you can't control. Doesn't matter what the food is. And I give you one more example. Now this didn't affect my weight by any means, but it was getting expensive. At Starbucks, they had this drink that someone told me about, and once I had it, that was it. And it was called a Tea Latte. Anyway, I was drinking those Tea Lattes. Now I work out a lot. I have a lot of extra activity, so I can drink one of those things and not put on weight. That's me, because I have extra activity in my life, more than most people. You know, it's burning it off. But I was drinking them like way back when I did it, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago or something. I was drinking them like 4 or 5 times a week, because I loved them so much I couldn't stop. There you are. So, you know, I got to the point, it was just, you know, too much money, I felt. And, you know, you want to keep your teeth white. Could affect you if you're having all that. And I was like, got to the thing that I can't just have one. I just can't. Can't explain it. So I had to stop drinking them. I don't have them ever. Okay? So if I want caffeine sometime, I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't really like coffee. But if I really want caffeine out of the blue, that kind of caffeine, I'll get the coffee, because I know I don't really like that. And I know I won't keep drinking that, okay? It's not a trigger. So, anyway, that's the only food item I found, and that wasn't an emotional thing. That wasn't. It was just, the chai tea lattes was just a trigger of the food, okay? So it can't be just a trigger of a certain food. Then other triggers with the food substance is the emotional thing. Okay, I did not have that with the chai tea lattes. There was no emotional thing going on there. Okay? So, but anyway, put a plan into action. So, food you can't control, you have to eliminate it. Okay? Then, when you overindulge in a food, just in general, out of emotional eating, you have to put a plan. And you got to stick to it. So, right, you're feeling emotional, you know you're going for the food, write in a journal if that's what you need. I'm giving you just some ideas. Or go do a puzzle if that's what you're into. Or go work on your YouTube videos. Or go just engage in something that's going to take your mind off the food instead. Okay? It's a diversion, but you have to have a plan. You can't wing it. So ahead of time, you write down a plan. Well, okay, I'm going to go do arts and crafts. Guys, I'm going to go work on my car, whatever. Something that you know you could do depending on what time it is. You know when you hit a trigger, so I guess you can't work on your car. Maybe if it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe you won't do that. So you gotta put something into plan, whatever it is, and put it into plan. And that's what you do until you get a handle on it. And eventually, after a while doing those things, go into your plan, you'll recognize it, and you'll stop doing it. Okay? So I don't want to linger too long on this video. I'm just giving you some ideas. But in the future, I'll be doing them. There are other triggers we need to go over because I gave you behavioral and substance, and there's 2 more. There's situational and circumstantial triggers. So, before I go, I do want to say thank you so much to all my subscribers. As I told you, I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much. I'm not taking that for granted. And I have some quotes for you, but it's pretty late at night. Once again, because I was out making another video for ya. So I'm gonna put them up on the screen, my quotes. But so anyway, I hope this video helps you. And great video. That's a really awesome sunset sightseeing cool video. That'll be down the road, but I took the videos. So, until next time, I'll see ya, and ta-ta.